Peace and blessings, everyone. Tetepu. I am Shekem Tosert with Ancestral Keys. I live and function in my life as a Kemetic priestess. And um, this evening, I want to talk a little bit about the concept of Ubuntu, which says, according to Bantu cosmogony, how that culture um, ordered itself. God, the divine mother and father, or the divine father and mother, the concept of Ubuntu says, I am because we are. We are because I am. An amazing concept because it recognizes that I am you and you are me, that we were created by the one divine creator, creatress. Say Olodumare, Nyakompong, Amen, Amen. Does not matter. Whatever the culture, all of our cultures in Al Kebulan, aka Africa, recognize one supreme being and many expressions of the one divine. We need to understand that on a level of spirit, there is no separation between us. We were birthed from the one breath, the one life source, the divine source. And so when you do harm to your brother or your sister, you've ultimately harmed yourself. You've harmed yourself. And so positive regard for each other in ancient times was a part of the woof and the fiber and the social makeup. And that was honored by everyone. Hence, a lot of the wars that we are living through today were not part and parcel of our societies. We learned how to live in harmony with each other. That concept of positive regard allowed us to use very civilized ways to resolve our differences, what people call conflicts. And so today, I'm sure most of us will agree more than ever, we need to reestablish Ubuntu in our lives. We need to recognize where the challenges come up that negate Ubuntu and then move to resolve that in families, in communities, in nations, and in the world, in that order. Okay, Ubuntu begins at home. You don't go out and treat other people wonderfully and well, and then you treat your family in ways that are inappropriate, that are just wrong. And I think we have been conditioned in the West that that's okay. I say we shouldn't treat anyone in negative ways. What we need to do is to learn how to manage our emotional self. And when we're able to do that, then we're a better person, a better husband, a better wife, a better son and daughter, And we need to have that modeled because that positive regard now ripples into high productivity, positivity within and through the cultures. And then our children, seeing that modeled for them, they exemplify that. So mother and father exemplifies it, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and the children follow and model that, which then becomes foundation for them as they are nurtured to become pro-social young people and adults. Okay, a further extension of that concept is the one that we say takes a village to raise a child, one in which everyone, all the adults in the village, take on the community vibration that says, every child is my child. And if there is danger or harm that could potentially happen with that child, then I, as an adult, as an elder, I am obligated, it is my duty to step in and do all that I can in order to assist this young one. The truth of the matter is, we call them children, but they're really returning ancestors. We venerate those who have passed on and left a legacy, but the ones who are coming are also ancestors. We are ancestors. We came in as children, but we also know that those returning have been here before, and so they have storehouses of memories etched in their DNA, and they remember. They remember. So we have a responsibility as a people within our cultures and social orders to protect the children. How will the generations continue if we do not protect the children? And today, in this time that we're living, the children, because they have no voices, because they're not put on the front burner, then many of them are abused, their lives are taken, they're killed, they, you know, are neglected. In some countries, thousands of children come up missing. Some of them are returned home, but many of them, they are gone. How does that impact the ancestral lines? And we say the future generations. If we continue as we are, there will be no future generation. Or let me just say, the future generations will be greatly minimized. And who will run the world? And how will we evolve as humanity? It is a very huge issue. And so, mothers and fathers, grandparents, aunts and uncles, we need to consider, reconsider, in many cases, how we protect the children and the youth. We have to go back to the village concept. We have to go back to, it will take the village to protect the children. Protecting the children means protecting your family, the collective family, and the continuity of Black people on a global level. Ubuntu, an amazing concept that we can reinstitute in our daily lives here in the West and in the motherland. And in that effort, we are then expressing unconditional love and regard for each other, for our people. And we can also, in that respect, become a part of the solutions for a better life and future. Think about it. We don't have enough organizations within our communities that are advocating for the children to protect and preserve their life. Thanks for listening. I'm Shekem Tosert with Ancestral Keys. Hetepu, peace and blessings.